much time? 30? 30 seconds? I'm on right now. I don't believe you.
Run.
What?
Solidari-Tea and welcome to the Brews at 10. Good people, I'm your humble host Lefty. You are all very welcome here this evening. Sorry about the abrupt restart of the background music when we started. Having words with Philip about this. But how are you all doing? Are you good? Sutton Steve, Davinia, Doc. Nice to see you in chat already. Only one number on hot picks for Davinia, but heat is going to be a running theme throughout the stream. Alas, this comes to you on the evening of the hottest day of the year so far. Of course, we've got hot seats as well coming up. Do hit thumbs up as you join us on stream, please, everybody. And it's you again. Nice to see you again. Graham Turner is with us also. Very good evening. How do you brew? Let's see, do I have any channel updates? We're still working on a new Postman Twat video. Long-term viewers will know what I mean by that. Yeah, because of, you know, issues. We're working around it. We had a bit of a monetization issue with another live stream as well, but that's now been resolved. So again, apologies if you watch those back later and the segments are missing. I think that's just about it for channel updates. Are you up to speed with everything that's happening in I Left Eye? Okay. But as for the rest of this stream, we're going to kick off with hot seats. We've got some developments. We've had some developments since I was with you last on Wednesday in Makerfield. Yeah, also a bit of a look at reform councillors elsewhere, some of whom have particularly embarrassed themselves with a calamitous appearance in council with, well, what can only be described as a lack of basic terminology within local politics. More about that to come. And there's also already been a by-election at a council level, which we're going to be taking a look at, because that one's hot as well. Lots of heat on tonight's stream, as I said. A few laughs along the way, and yeah, we'll just basically go through a few bits and pieces to round off the week. Let us know how your week's going in the chat or in the comments if you're watching back later. I can see a few members in the chat already. And this is the latest, the hottest, keeping that theme running, members roster. And if you'd like to join the list of marvellous members, whose names you can see on the screen, it's just 99 pence. That's a fraction of the price of a tasty hot beverage. Yeah, lots of perks for you to enjoy if you want to hit the join button, find out more. Just 99 pence. Other ways you can support the channel might be with a gifted membership on this stream, a membership for yourself. Also, super chat, super thanks, super stickers are also open, whether you're watching live or later on, depending on. There's also the Buy Me a Coffee page in the description of any content on the channel. Thank you very much. Doc's had a horsefly bite. It's quite incredible. It's been a scorcher. I won't start off with a massive rant about climate change, don't worry. That might be coming later. Try and think of an interesting segue as well, whilst I just quickly explain there's no comedy clip from another YouTuber or anything before we get into things. But as well as the planet, another thing that's heating up is, of course, Makerfield, which is an increasingly hot seat. Let's see what's happening. What's the latest? Well, quite a bit's happened actually since Wednesday, when I was last with you. Kicking off, we've got some more about Reform's candidate that's been revealed. We did mention on the last stream that he has recently and rather hurriedly deleted the bulk of, if not all of his social media accounts. We wonder why, however. Some keen observers have managed to retrieve some of the things he's said in the past. We've got this quote here. This is Robert Kenyon. And this is what he thinks about the people in Wigan. Of course, Makerfield is, well, it's partly in Wigan Borough Council, partly in Greater Manchester. It's kind of bizarre. But yeah, it is more or less in Wigan. And he says they spend too much on lattes, booze, takeaways and Netflix. And says there's no cost of living crisis. Only chavs who can't budget. Well, of course, I don't like the phrase cost of living crisis because it's just a very poor replacement for the word poverty. But this certainly isn't something that I can agree with. That's what he thinks about the people who he's going to be electioneering to over the next few weeks. And you can see here this was reported by the Metro. Lattes, booze, takeaways and Netflix. Okay. That's what he thinks about the working classes. It's also been said that he's deleted his accounts because of various xenophobic output, shall we say. So his Facebook, whatever, the lot, it's gone. Now, why would someone do such a thing, really? There's going to be more about, should we say, Reform councillors or those vying for parliamentary seats' lack of quality. A bit later in the stream. But first of all, I just want to address something else, of course, that's happened in the last couple of days. Kind of bizarre, I do have to say. This is, or should I say was, the Green Party candidate for Makerfield, Chris Kennedy. And Chris was announced as the candidate yesterday morning. And then just some hours later it was announced that he was actually withdrawing, citing family reasons and such. In quite a bizarre turn of events. I won't say how. This is a channel. We are people who know people here at My Left Eye. But I was actually speaking with someone who's on Chris Kennedy's team in another organisation that he's involved with. Just yesterday evening, as this was all happening. So hopefully I can bring you some more details very soon. I don't have them on this stream, unfortunately. But it is quite odd to see that happen, however. Hope that he's well. He's cited family reasons, hope he and his family are well. We'll see who the Greens select to replace him, but at the moment there is still no confirmed Green candidates for Makerfield. The broader area of Ashton in Makerfield, that's this wider. Anyway, geographical citation aside, that's pretty much it, unless anybody watching, of course, has any further information on Chris Kennedy, please do, of course, let us know in chat or in the comments if you're watching back later on. I think one factor definitely might be, obviously, we've seen the mainstream media push back against the Greens. What we've seen happen to Zach Belansky. Look at those revolting anti-Semitic caricatures, those cartoons that were drawn in the Times and the Telegraph, for example. Anybody who does now go to represent the Greens at a parliamentary level, remember, this is parliamentary by-election, is really going to be under the weight of a lot of pressure. So are the families. We heard about the families of Zach Polanski, other Green candidates being approached, essentially being harassed by members of the press, other dubious agents trying to dig up some dirt or whatever on the candidates. Perhaps that's something he didn't want to put his family through. And I think it's despicable that people should have to make that choice if we do live in a real democracy, if it is the case. But we'll wait to hear for any further information on that. I mean, in general, not just now on the stream, of course. We're not going to sit here and wait and not move on to any other topics. Or maybe we'll just see how far we can stretch it out. Sorry, I'm just topping on my drink here. Got a brew and a cold beverage as well. Non-alcoholic. Yeah, what else to say about Makerfield? I think Andy Burnham officially launched his campaign today, the For Us slogan. We're not going to take a look at the video. You might have, if you were with us at the start of the stream, showed our slight adaptation of the poster. But he was in Makerfield today, as I said, officially launching his campaign. And this just maybe, I don't know if it sums up Labour or just specifically Keir Starmer himself, in terms of lack of self-awareness and disconnect with the general public. Now, bearing in mind, we all know, unless you just came out of a coma yesterday or something, that Burnham is standing in Makerfield, not with the long-term interest of serving the constituents of Makerfield. This is something of a political stepping stone for himself, to be able to vie his way into Parliament and thus challenge Starmer for leadership. At least that's the way anybody who's left in Labour seems to think it's going to go, or describes it as such. With that in mind, that he of course is in Makerfield in the first move to supplant Keir Starmer. Keir Starmer actually showed up in Makerfield as well to try and show some support for Andy Burnham, who soon may be, I say may be, his leadership rival, or one of his leadership rivals at least. Hey Wesley? With straight in will also be in the mix. But that Keith should show up, expect to be welcomed with open arms, not just by Andy Burnham, by the people of Makerfield. Let's remember the scale of the drop in the Labour vote in the Wigan area during the local elections just 4 weeks ago. For those who need reminding, they lost all 22 of the councillors who were standing. They lost all 22 to Reform specifically. And it's also worth noting, with no official Green candidate yet, there is no Socialist on the ballot officially yet. So I don't know what Keir Starmer expected to get out of, like, he's come a long way, over 200 miles, to get to Makerfield. I'm here, hooray! He probably didn't go door knocking just because he's not that sort of politician, really. He's, yeah, slung in the back door, Mandelson the fuck up, and then all the rest of it, he's not been knocking on doors and campaigning his whole political life, that's for sure. But if he did, you know, he's obviously the thing that's come up the most with voters in the run-up to the local elections as to why they're moving away from Labour. 75% of people who are moving away from Labour are going towards the Green Party at the moment, though. Don't let those pools? Don't let those polls fool you people. Yeah. Take two. Sorry about that. Yeah, but he'd be run off every sort of driveway, street, whatever, porch in Makerfield if he went out door knocking. Good evening. Oh God, of all things. Yeah, so that's more or less everything that's developed. There's a lot of attention on this seat, though, so I'm sure that there'll be more stories to talk about. We are going to move on, though, from this hot seat to a prior one next, as an excellent quality segue. But for now, that'll be all for hot seats. Let's boogie. You ready, Rick?
Okay! Music's too loud. The neighbours have been complaining. You just watch your steps, Sonny.
Well, we're not going to let the intrusion spoil the party here on my left eye. Did he come in here? Wreck the place. No, we're gonna soldier on, we're gonna carry on. At least the pigs didn't smash up the TV this time. So we can still check out this clip, and Rick always, of course, gets particularly excited when Hannah Spencer, of course, of former Hot Seat Gorton and Denson, is making an appearance, which she did at a Unison rally earlier, so let's see what's happening.
We're here this morning with striking workers on the picket line at AQA, supported by Unison, who are demanding a fairer system at work. That means a fair rate of pay for the work that they do, and it means a culture where 10% of the people aren't having to rely on food banks, because that is what we've got now, and it's not asking for the world to expect just to be paid fairly for the contribution that you make. So solidarity to every single one of you, and every single person who's not yet joined the movement but is going to see us and think, I want to be part of that, because sticking together is how we affect change. So it's been really interesting talking to people, hearing about their experiences of working here, and what gives me a lot of hope is seeing groups and movements like this coming together. There's people here who aren't actually directly affected by this strike, but they've come to show solidarity and to show that if we get together and organise and build these movements, we can create a fairer system that we live in.
Nice job there, Hannah Spencer. She's one of us. She's one of us. Showing support, of course, for Unison workers. You know, you can't say that we live in a fair society when terms like food banks, in-work benefits, things like these exist. Just harking back to what the Reform candidate was trying to say earlier. Oh, people are wasting it on Netflix and all of this other stuff. No, it's massive wealth inequality, wage inequality, of course, stagnating wages whilst inflation goes up, prices frozen, whilst they're at record levels as well. Something which Keir Starmer wants to try and gloat about. And it just really gets me when people like Starmer turn around and say the situation, i.e. at the moment, now, presently, will not do. We can't go on like this, those sort of sentiments. And then what does he immediately do? He keeps this bad thing, as he's just described it, in stasis. Keeps it exactly the same, and by freezing it, it's obviously not going to go lower, is it? Which is the real remedy, the real solution to the problem. That is in terms of cost, energy bills, food prices. All of the major supermarkets making hundreds of millions of pounds, in some cases billions, per year. Yes, that's profit. That's not turnover, that's profit. Between a very small amount of people, the owners or co-owners and their shareholders, and that's it. You can fit these people in a room. They have a name for these rooms. Boardrooms. You're watching Lefty Describes Capitalism on... yeah, whatever. No, but that is obviously realistically the way that it is, though. That we are all beholden, behest to these small group of people. It's not just economic insanity, it's also moral insanity as well. It cannot go on, which means it should not be frozen. You can imagine him doing some sort of Keith's Discount Warehouse advert on the radio, or perhaps a cable, an obscure cable TV channel or something, satellite TV, whatever. And yeah, in this weather, the only thing that's frozen are our prices. Well, they're high. Costs up, get them frozen. Bills up, get them frozen. You know, all the rest of it. Yeah, it's a big con. Slight tangent there. Won't stop me when I'm wrong. Andy Carter's with us in chat. Bilderberg as well. Nice to see you both. Sorry, I'll just have a quick catch up with the chat as well. Who's Lord Sainsbury sponsoring now? Graham. Last I heard, it was Labour. In fact, I believe we mentioned that. Oh, a couple of years ago. It was before Labour got elected, that's for certain. It might have been one of the earlier videos of the channel, to be honest. But who's funding Labour? Or who's funding the Labour Party? I think is the title of the video. If you want to check it out and open it up on your mobile device and gift us some hype points, you know, which everybody can do with any content on our channel at the moment. Please, preferably videos. Unfortunately, we're struggling to sort of make breakthroughs with a few videos recently. Kind of hit and miss in a way. So please do help support our videos with hype points. Once again, you have to be watching on a mobile device, phone, tablet, something like that. And after you hit thumbs up, it'll say, hey, do you want to hype this video? And the button says hype, but it should say, you bet your friggin' bollocks I want to hype this shit out of this video. I've put in an appeal, don't worry. Yeah, Lord Sainsbury's in on it. Not exclusively, but is mentioned in the video. Okay, from riling myself up with the obvious inequality that is the consequence of the capitalist economic system, let's all have a look at this and behold, people. This is a by-election result from a place in around Lancaster called Castle. And it's a whopper as far as the Green Party are concerned. Take a look at this bad boy. 70% of the vote share for the Greens. Labour down 11 points. Even if Labour hadn't been down 11 points, they would have got nowhere near the Greens, even if they'd given all of their 11% back. Sorry, the Greens had given 11% away directly to Labour. They still wouldn't have won. That's incredible. So they really have romped on with that one. Up 5%. They've won it by a long way in the past. Reform, first time out for them, just 11. And Lib Dem 3. That's in the Lancaster City Council by-election for Castle. Got so many Reform councillors have left by various means already. Over 100. Was it 114, I think I said on the last stream? Some didn't win the seat. They actually lost the seat. Sackings, resignations, suspensions. The whole lot. And it's only been 3 weeks. Oh, so well done to the people of Castle. It really is quite incredible. What's the betting that excuse me, that Lord Sainsbury will start to back reform when it's closer to the next general election. Not long odds, I'd say. Yeah, definitely not long odds. They try and, well, go with the political wind if you wanna put it that way. Yeah, but they'll obviously not bring any sense of morality into their decisions. They just have to make sure that they time it right so that they get to pander to the party in power. As I'm sure you all know. Yeah, like rats off a sinking ship, Doc. Andy, yes, it's over 100, definitely. Okay, give me. Rarely do this on stream because it's quality and we always have everything lined up, usually correctly, right, Phil? And I did have a list. I think. Just see if I can retrieve it. I'm only going to have a look for a limited amount of time. But now I'm thinking about it, I'm not 100% sure that it was even on the last stream. But I assure you, I would not lie to you unless I had it on good authority that that is the case. It's definitely over 100. Yeah, it might have been 104, 114. But it's definitely that kind of smell with reform, Andy. Yeah. Where the political wind's concerned. For now. Okay, people. Well, we're going to get on to the latest and really stunningly classic example of the kind of quality you can expect from reform councillors now. This was in Kirklees, I think. At a council meeting. And if you haven't seen, there's a few different clips going around, but hopefully this one will suffice as the best. But essentially, newly elected reform councillors have a complete lack of understanding of basic local political terminology, even words such as amendment. They don't know what the word amendment means. They essentially refused to vote on every motion and then made this complaint, and then tried to say that it's in fact the council's fault because the whole thing is so confusing. It's the council's fault that they're so stupid and they literally don't know what words like constitution mean. So the council should be ashamed of themselves, and it's not fair. It's not fair that's only, you know, the clevers who couldn't scroll everything that you know about politics on the back of a fucking cigarette packet, you know. And there even is actual training for new councillors, you know, of course. There's a lot of procedure, not everybody knows these things, even if you do know quite a bit about politics. And they've just essentially completely ignored it. Ignored any briefings that they've been given, manuals that they've been handed, whatever. Of course, every councillor would be given things such as the code of conduct, etc. No, they just sort of they stroll in there and complain that it's everybody else's fault that they're thick. Let's see what's happening, because this is really quite unbelievable. Never seen anything like this, and we've seen some dumb things.
I don't understand the Constitution. Don't understand what standing orders.
Can't hear that myself, just got to check. Monitor settings, bear with. Carry on. I mean, where are they going to have to start? Do you know what council means? Do you know do you know what a council is? They'll have to get right back to basics here.
Are, what they're made up of, nor do I understand what an amendment is. We might vote for something that we don't understand at the moment. Even if you were to slow down and describe it properly, we don't understand the
Get the fucking sock puppets out. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. Is there a special Sesame Street episode surrounding this? You might want to turn your attention to the two gentlemen at the top of your screens here, who may or may not have been part of the council for some time, but they really can't believe what they're seeing and what they're hearing right in front of their eyes, and frankly neither can I, because not only is this a waste of the time that they get, there is never enough time in politics, of course, especially local politics, to deal with things as thoroughly as you'd like to, but that's the way that things are, and she wants to spend her time complaining about how dumb she is. Flabbergasted. Flabbergasted is the word, the expression on those two gentlemen's face at the top.
Constitution. We don't understand the standing orders.
I do not believe this is in any way democratic.
We understand that just because we don't understand it, that it may not be constitutional. But we are at a disadvantage, and we do not necessarily...
We are at a disadvantage in our thickness, and the educationalists and everything have the upper hand, and it's not fair. Man. Plants McGee, very nice to see you. Nina Sadie's dropped in as well. Very good evening to you both. Solidarity. We're just taking a look at quite an embarrassing display yesterday from Kirklees Council, when the Reform councillor doesn't even understand the basic lexicon of politics, including words such as amendment. What's it mean? I don't really know.
know what we are voting for.
Sorry, I genuinely didn't time that to come in exactly as she was going to say that line. Bang! No, that's a shot. There's a shot for you. It almost synced up. It almost phased in, didn't it? I don't really know.
Necessarily know what we are voting for.
Oh, it did say it on the screen, actually. Oh, yeah.
Can I just say, I do not think it's absolutely unfair for any councillor that's been elected, newly elected, however it is, I was in the council 18 months ago. When you are elected, you have to prioritise educating yourself on how to be the best councillor and representative for your area. That's on you. That's your call.
It's like if you started a driving school business, you can't drive. I don't know. You started an accountancy firm when you have no grasp of mathematics or economics whatsoever. List could go on. you work in a bakery and you're using these complicated terms like flour, and I don't know what it is. You've got us at a disadvantage here, and I want to complain about my rights. This lady here is quite rightly outraged and correct in what she said. It is their responsibility to educate themselves on the procedure. Yeah, there's a way that things are done, of course. And to claim ignorance is just very atypical of what we've come to expect from reform.
I'm sorry, but to call that unconstitutional is absolutely incorrect, and it's not right. And we will also make sure that our residents are absolutely aware of who has competence in this chamber.
Yeah, it won't say anywhere in the Constitution, except for reform thickies, because they don't get it. They just want to stop it. They just want to point at the boats, and that's about it, and shout about woke this and woke that. They didn't actually think that there'd be any sort of technicalities, that there'd be any procedural things to get through. But I actually just want to play that very quickly all the way through without interruption this time, because just for full context, I really can't believe it. So that was in Kirklees, but there are going to be similar scenes happening all throughout the land now. People staring at order papers and things like that. And I can get where they might not understand, very technical parts, but just it's like to not know what an amendment is. But like what the word amendment means, it has a obviously broader context than just within politics, of course. Change, adjustment, amendment, change, correction, whatever. No. You won't find a thesaurus and probably not a dictionary in the bookshelf. They don't have bookshelves. They don't have enough books to necessitate a bookshelf. Unless it's all like just, I don't know, autobiographies of really the worst people in mankind, then they might have a bookshelf. Anyway, I'm getting lost on a tangent. Let's see that again. I'm dumbfounded. Sorry, that's why I'm going off on one. This is Britain, 2026.
I don't understand the Constitution. I don't understand what standing orders are, what they're made up of, nor do I understand what an amendment is. We might vote for something that we don't understand at the moment. Even if you were to slow down and describe it properly, we don't understand the Constitution, we don't understand the standing orders.
I do not believe this is in any way democratic.
We understand that just because we don't understand it, that it may not be constitutional, but we are at a disadvantage and we do not necessarily know what we are voting for.
Can I just say, I think it's absolutely unfair for any councillor that's been elected, newly elected, however it is, I was in the council 18 months ago. When you are elected, you have to prioritise educating yourself on how to be the best councillor and representative for your area. That's on you. But to call that, I'm sorry, but to call that unconstitutional is absolutely incorrect, and it's not right. And we will also make sure that our residents are absolutely aware of who has competence in this chamber.
Have you ever heard the like? I don't know what if any, local, well, I'm assuming with this new Reform Councillor, they did have local elections in Kirklees. Find out the results. Over 1,000 of them. Over 1,000 of them now. Wow. Yeah, where are the voting crayons? A combustible lemon, Darren Smith. Nice to see you on the stream. A bit of a short mini stream, this one tonight. Just filling in a few bits and pieces in case the Sunday live stream gets overloaded. A few members of the Raise the Colours, you know, the flag shaggers. Unfortunately, perhaps on a lamppost or whatever in your town. They got booted out of a bar. Yes. And they had the sort of, you know, official t-shirts on and everything. I came across a barman who turns out to be the owner of the establishment as well. And he didn't take kindly at all. More of this, please. Oh, very quickly before we go into the clip. Shout out to Andy Carter for a gifted membership in the chat. Thank you very much. Nice shot, my goodness. What another excellent shot. For me again, who's live in chat. Andy Carter certainly has a reputation for hitting the bullseye with people who are watching live on gifted memberships. Well done again, Andy. Andy Sniper Carter with the gifted membership. Let's give him a shout out in the chats as we update the total now. 107. Bullseye. You got your 250, that's safe. Now let's take a look at the prizes. Okay. Nice shooting, Tex. What we're doing? Oh yeah, the flag shaggers got booted out of the pub. Let's see what's happening. God, they're awful. Flag shagging wankers. This is good though. This is very satisfying.
Nobody touched him. I saw him go up to him. He's a regular over here. You guys aren't welcome here. Fuck off.
We're not welcome, fuck off.
Yeah, did you not hear?
I didn't
didn't hear
put that.
Leave.
Why? Because you've got a raised Bills t-shirt on?
Yes, you're damn right.
Sorry, just want to say that the footage is from the point of view of one of the dickheads getting thrown out of the bar. That's why it's got this on at the bottom. I didn't put that on. Of course, I highly recommend what happened. I approve, I should say, of what happened. They should have been thrown. It's not absolute madness. It's absolute common sense. They were kicked out of the pub. Well, that bit at the bottom is actually accurate, I guess. But for trying to, let's be honest, intimidate migrants and non-white citizens with the flag of our country, which isn't patriotic. It's just dickheadery. So I just wanted to cite that. Those aren't my words. I think you see this from a couple of people's point of view. There's two different sets of footage in this, but this is from the point of view of one of the knobheads getting chucked out.
Yeah. Why is that, mate? What's your problem?
What's
You're
your
the
problem?
in the country, you are.
Perfect. I'm Irish. I'm Irish. No.
Great response. Yeah, you're definitely going to get served now then, aren't you? You can start laying into him and saying you're the problem with this country. And why might that be, Mr. Racist?
Don't fucking say that, brother. Don't fucking say that. It's the problem with the country. You, brother.
It's a spark, you mate. All right.
Put it to you.
Don't put your fucking hands on me.
A few of the other patrons, regulars, whatever, getting involved. So you can't fucking say that. Quite correct.
Get out my bar. Get out my bar.
Shut up. Come on.
You can see the t-shirt there. I'm not actually sure, because you don't get to see his full face, if this might actually be, the one who got lifted at the march. Sorry, I've forgotten his dickhead twatty name off the top of my head, but could be the founder basically. Yeah. He was arrested on the march, apparently, and he was wanted for question about not a flag incident, a separate incident that happened just before the march, but he was also arrested before that, of course, for being the organiser of putting up the flags on council property without permission. Tisk tisk. Breaking the law, is it? I don't know what you think. Ryan, yes, Ryan something. Ryan Flags? Ryan Flags. We'll just call him Ryan Flags. Play this. You get that sort of side shot, you get to see a bit more of his face there. I think it might be him. Sorry. I think it might be he. That's... I freeze-framed it roughly, but you sort of get a better idea of the profile of his face. I think it could be. Yeah, the one with the so-called man bun.
Come on. Who fucking pushed me? What?
And it's kind of weird because obviously not stereotyping, but he looks like he could run a local yoga class or whatever. And yeah, it turned out that obviously this is the owner. This is the owner of the bar. Probably, on reflection, saying you're the problem with this country wasn't the smartest move that they could have made. But you don't expect high IQs from these kind of people. As for walking into a pub in London, still with the... this might have even been on the weekend, I'm not sure. Obviously the guy got lifted, so probably not Saturday. Anyway, it's just a stupid idea. You might as well walk in there with "I'm a massive twat" written on your t-shirt, like, or xenophobia with a green tick or something instead. What a bunch of half-wits.
Oh yeah, come on then. What? Come on then. Fuck out of my back. Racist cunts.
Yeah. Oh well, come on then. You want to go? Plants McGee celebrating the first month of membership. It's been awesome to have you on board for last month. Nice to see you on stream as well. Can we give a shout out to Plants McGee? Always nice to see month anniversaries being celebrated. Solidarity. And also Idiosyncrasy celebrating a month anniversary as well. Month 17 now, standard membership. That's the only membership package, by the way. It's just 99p. Check out the perks by hitting the join button if you'd like to join Plants McGee and Idiosyncrasy. Thanks again, people.
Please leave. Out. You guys are welcome.
So this is a different camera angle. It looks like this is from one of the non-Raise the Colours patrons or one of the regulars or something like that.
I will touch you. Get out. If you're in
Oh no, it is actually. You can see him coming up to the camera. I think this is someone else. Okay.
my back. You're in my property. Get out the back. I'm not going to touch her. I haven't touched her, but I said, I'm asking her to kindly leave.
They took the kid in there as well.
Racist pricks.
Or a short woman, I don't know.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah, they're applauding him for booting him out as well, getting a round of applause.
I thought you said there's a problem with the country. Get the fuck. I'm Irish anyway, you stupid cunt.
He's Irish. He's Irish.
I'm well. You look mate. I'm well.
And then they call him inbred or something. Good luck at the next place. Yeah, well done that man. I don't know what the bar was called, but yeah, shout out to that bar owner, in fact. Yeah, the landlord himself. You're not coming in with that shit on your shirts, that's for sure. like I said, we are going to be cutting it a bit short on this stream, just a quick hour or so. But thanks a lot for being here. Another shout out to the members on the channel. Bilderberg also celebrating 8 months of membership. Solidari-Tea, triple celebration there. And you can join the list of marvellous members and enjoy your own month-anniversary for just 99 pence, like I said a moment ago. Thanks to those of you who've renewed, of course, your own memberships as well as gifted to others. Nice shots there earlier, Andy Carter. You again, me again. Hope that you enjoy your perks as well. But whether it's super chat, super thanks, super stickers, whatever it is, or the Buy Me a Coffee page, we do appreciate all the support that we get on the channel. Don't go anywhere. Because, well, might be coming towards the end of this stream specifically.
And I'm getting quite near the end now of this analysis.
We are going to be raiding into another comrade, another socialist channel, hopefully. There should be a few around on a Friday night. And if not, there damn well should be. He says, making an early dart, early-ish. We often go on for 2 hours or longer. But we'll be back on Sunday with the next stream, of course, a Sunday live stream. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on that or any other content. We've got the Vanguard. Andrew Luke's also got a upcoming stream, so do keep an eye out for that. It was great to collab with Andrew Luke recently on his channel. That's just Andrew Luke. Screen Cleaner was the feature that we collaborated on. Great stuff. New one out tomorrow as well, I believe. So that's locked in, and we'll be going over to the Vanguard. Davinia, you're very welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all of your support as well. But that will be it from me, your humble host Lefty. Once again, thanks for watching the Brews at 10 on My Left Eye. Power to the people, free Palestine, Lebanon, Sudan and Yemen. Don't let the bastards grind you down, don't watch the news, be the news. And My Left Eye will be seeing you very soon. Good evening. Solidari-Tea.
We take it to Sky. If Raquel Walsh doesn't want to stay in a Trust House Forte, he'll stick her in a youth hostel, see if she likes that.
The door is open and you can leave.
It's what Hitler and Goering did, and it is textbook. And if you think the next time it happens, we're gonna recognize it because they're wearing scary uniforms, you're out of your damn